Everybody, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit. And we're in the 3.5 Monster Manual, and let's have a serious talk today. All right, so our entry is Gith Yankee, and the very next entry in the Monster Manual is Gizzerai, which are essentially the same race. Okay, it's just that one is on the astral plane and the other is where I forget, Limbo. So they are the same race with the same ears, the same lack of nose. They look like Grinch people. I call them Grinch Yankees. The big difference is that the Gith Yankee are like a warfaring people that would like prefer weapons and stuff, and the Gizzerai are like peaceful, but they both are part of the same Gith Empire, and they both fight against mind flayers and stuff. So what I've decided to do, instead of making two miniatures for this entry, I'm going to pick one, because it's actually two entries, but I'm going to treat it as one because they are the same. They're both Gith. And I don't know. For me, it just seems pointless to make them both. So I don't want to cheat you guys, but it's just like, what are you going to get out of me making two of the same kind of thing? So we're going to do the Gith Yankee. They're famous for their silver swords. There's a whole portion of text about their silver swords. We're going to try to accomplish all that in this entry, though. So to get started, I pulled some minis out, but I think I kind of decided what I'm going to do. So I got some minis. I got this head. This is like a I don't know what this is. This is some kind of zombie, and I was like, I don't want to use that. And I got they're really skinny, so I got this super skinny elongated man. I thought we could chop his hands off, and I was like, nah. I found this guy. He's pretty thin, and I thought we could take those off and give him a head swap maybe. But I was like, this one's pretty skinny too. She would be a good candidate, but nah. So what I ultimately came up with, it says they're over 6 foot tall, is I have this old, I think it's a Mage Knight. I don't even know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take his nose. He already has pointed ears, so he must be an elf or something. And I'm going to give him a better sword. And that's what I've come up with, I think. He's snug on that base, though. It's going to be a tight fit. So let's start by modifying him how we have to. So we need to get him off these little gross nubs. And he has very small feet. And then we need to do something about that sword. And now for that sword, I was digging in my sword box, and I found one that actually broke off a model a long time ago, off of like a Hero Click or a Mage Knight or a pre-paint of some sort. I found this. And I thought it would work really well for what we're trying to do. So what I think I'm just going to do is snip that little sword there off. Throw that in my sword box. Pardon me. My weapon box. And we're going to start by getting that on there. So to get that mounted on there well, what I plan on doing, it's too small to pin. Well, I mean, I could set up a vise and get a pin drill and do it, I guess, but it's pretty small to pin. So what I want to do is I'm going to get a slice of cardboard here. And a dab of glue. I'm going to size it, get it into place with a little bit of excess glue, get it real wet. I'm going to dab this in the stupid this stuff I always use, baking soda. And I'm going to get it in place just like that. I'm going to bring the baking soda over. I'm going to get a little bit at the top of the hand there. See how I said it a little bit there? But you could even use a piece of toothpick for this, I bet. We're going to do the back side, very similar. And using a different toothpick piece, I'm going to kind of get rid of some of that excess. And that's to make sure that we don't take away any of the detail of the sculpt while we're doing this. And I'm going to get a good bit on the backside here. Just a drop of this should solidify that good, and I'm going to get my toothpick and drag that around all over, make sure that that's solid and has good connection. But we don't want to lose all, like I said, we don't want to lose all our detail. We're going to lose some. And these Mage Knights, depending on the sculpt, they're very inconsistent. I'm sure this is a Mage Knight. I could be wrong. If you know what this actually is, you can tell me in the comments, but I'm not sure what it is. I think it's a Mage Knight. So then we're going to see how sturdy we are. And I think that'll do it. All right, cool. The magic of baking soda and super glue. Ain't science grand. Well, you guys, a lot of you guys kind of know what I do for a living. Well, I guess not anymore. I never thought I was going to hit 50 subscribers. There was a time when most of my subscribers were, you know, the 20 people that knew me, and they know what I do for a living, but... All right. So I'm pretty happy with that, but now we have to do something crazy. So let's get a little small craft knife. Let's cut his nose off safely. It's all about safety. Cut away from yourself, dudes. Wow, that just nipped right off. Much easier than I expected. All right, so let's do his base. Now, I know some of you play Baldur's Gate 3, and you've made out with it with a Grinch Yankee, you grossos. I know you did. I know my second oldest son is a Grinch Yankee smoocher, doing them scandalous cutscenes with Lae'zel. You know, I've played the game a bunch of times to where I don't even have fun playing it, and I've never made it very far into Act 2 because I always play it like, I don't know, like if I die, that's it. I start over. Because I never get to play as a player. So I might as well just make a new character every time so I can have fun making the character. I think I spend more time making characters on that game than I do anything else. Let's get a couple little rocks. Spice that base up. Spicy. Let me get forceps. My fingers aren't being good today. That rock was a little chunky. All right. I'm going to leave the forceps out because I have a feeling I'm going to mess these up at some point. Why don't I just turn that and make it easier on myself? Okay. Sweet. So, we're under 10 minutes, so I think at this point, let me turn my camera so you can see that better. So that's what we came up with for our Gith Yankee there. No nose, pointed ear, ridiculously big sword. Wow, I got that sword on there pretty straight, didn't I? We won't tell anybody. We don't want expectations affecting us too much. So, oh, that came right off there, you bad word. Of course it did. Why wouldn't it? Oh, I messed up big time, guys. We're going to have to get a little baking soda on that to make sure it stays. I don't know. I must be a temperature thing because I know some of you that have been watching know I put rocks on these things all the time and have no problems. And sometimes I have more problems. Get a tiny little dab of glue here again. Get that on there forever. Alright. Get a toothpick, poke at it, make sure it's on there. Get some of that extra glue smoothed around too. Is he on base good? Yeah, he seems to be. Alright, we're gonna black bomb him real quick. Oh, my black's messed up. Okay. Oh, got another one. Do I? I got a brand new one here. Okay, cool. That adds 10 minutes to the video just trying to shake a new cannon submission, huh? All right. Ninja. Wow, that just is terrible. That's really juicy. That's a brand new can. Spraying out of there terribly. All right. Not a problem. Just get a brush that you hate. Preferably one that's thin. We'll base coat them with a watered down, a little bit black. And the reason we want to water it down is because we want this to look thin. Now these dudes have a Grinchy looking green skin. That is one of the reasons I called them the Grinch Yankee. Besides the fact that the designer was obviously making it Grinch. Something like that. Alright, let's get the base. Now we can just pretend that we painted that black with spray paint. And since I did have some spray paint on there, it's probably now all inside my brush. Let's hope this remains a good base coat. +2 hot air gun burning. Let's dry this off so we can get started. Alright, I think that's close. Do I have a t-shirt laying around like usual? I do. Here's a t-shirt, and we'll just check to see if he's dry. Yeah, it looks like he's pretty dry. All right, sweet. I'm going to get a little bit of white. And a makeup brush. Sweet. See that little bit of gray in there? There was a spot that wasn't dry on the mini all the way that we missed somewhere. We just drive on, it's okay. I don't know how old this Mage Knight miniature is. It's pretty old because, you know, Mage Knight's been out of print for quite a while. A little doofy looking without his nose. Alright. Clean out my brush. So a lot of this dude's paint job is going to be that armor, right? So let's take a look at him. Not an enormous amount of great detail there, but we can make that work. So we can focus on the things that are not going to be silver immediately. Pardon me. So it looks like he's got gauntlets on of some sort. So it's just his head's going to be the green. All right. Got a little tape. A little tape to go a long way. Kind of want to do the hand in it, but yeah, you know what? It's my miniature. Obviously, they're not full gloves. All right. As much as I wanted to do this in one video, I'm going to have to call it here. I have a work emergency coming up that just popped up that I got to deal with. So if you like what we're doing here, please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon. But at one of my sites, there's a problem and I got to go. Check out the website. Come join us on Discord. Hey, thanks for watching.